Hi family, and welcome to Crowned Real Talk 101. I am Royalty. Normally when I do my oracle readings, I usually will just already have the cards laid out, but I want you guys to see me pull from this deck. This is just a random reading. It can be for anybody. A lot of the times when I've done them in the past, they've always been for me. Right now, I'm just kind of sitting on my bed, just comfortable. I didn't feel like really getting up and doing anything. I just said, okay, I'm going to just stay in bed because I was, kind of doing some meditation. And it just came to me to do an oracle reading. I think it's time. So I'm going to deal them in front of you. I see a lot of people shuffle them, and the way that they shuffle them is something like this, but it's like they're going really fast, and then whatever card falls out, they say that's the one that's for, us to pull. I don't know how to do that yet, so I'm going to try to do something like that. But for right now, I'm just wanting to just get an oracle reading out there. I wanted you guys to see me deal it and then lay out the 5 cards. And as you can see, I got my amethyst here, which is my healing crystal. I have my crystal, my carnelian, which is for my root chakra. And I have my tourmaline always on deck. I have my pyrite. I have my cistrine. And then I have my lovely rose quartz. And so I've already cleared the energies in the room, giving it a nice balance. I was going to light a candle, but I really didn't want to light a candle on my bed. So not today. But here we go. I'm going to go ahead and just put my energy into the cards. I don't know who needs to hear this. As I said before, it might just be me. But this will be our oracle reading for today. Okay? Just filling the cards with my energy. And now I'm going to lay them out. And as you can see, I dealt them. So they're all mixed up. And it will fall as it may. So we're going to start with this first one. And I can just move these up here a little bit. And put the 5th card down here. Right there. Okay. A beautiful thing is never perfect. So, with that being said, you guys see me deal the cards. So this is just like random. This is something that I truly believe in. These cards always fall and make perfect sense. Whoever else have watched my videos, I hope you were able to get something out of these readings. I will be doing them much more often because I've been getting readings done through other people, and I've been told that this is like a path that I should be walking, that I should be doing readings, and I should be doing them regularly, just, on my channel, as well as for myself and my husband. So let's get started. We're going to start with the first card. And this card is called the Queen of Heavens. Blessing from the Divine Empress of the Sky. And what I do is I normally will read from the book. I'm going to just sit her right here while I get the pages ready here. And this card is ironic because my name means queen. And for that to be the first card. And of course we're all kings and queens in our own right. I just want to say that this really stands out to me because my name is Royalty. I call myself the Queen. I am the Queen. I've been given confirmation of the past lives that I've lived that I was some sort of queen. So it's ironic that this card comes out and it says Queen of Heaven, blessing from the Divine Empress of the Skies. And that's really something for me because, as I said, I used to travel in my sleep as a child. I used to go off into the ethers. I would travel. I would be, it's basically what most people would call astral traveling. And let's just see what this card means, because I could talk all day. Okay, so, and I've never pulled this card before, so this is my first time. The Queen of Heavens, the Divine Empress of the Skies, means acknowledge your feminine authority now. As a man or as a woman, you have a life path of spiritual leadership to bring qualities of mercy, compassion, and wisdom into the world. And this is so ironic because I just had a reading done by one of my spiritual sisters, and it was just speaking of me being a leader. It was also saying that I have a divine army watching over me. It's like I have ancestors that are archangels. I have just so much on my spiritual path. And it was saying that basically that I was chosen to be a leader. And I was, supposed to, I remember just recording a video the other day, and I said I had a husband who passed away on the morning of my birthday in 2003. And he came to me in a dream and told me that my journey was for the people, with the people, and to the people. And I never really knew what that meant. So let me just get into this. This oracle, the Queen of the Heavens, is confirmation of your feminine leadership and spiritual authority, whether in a male or female body, this lifetime. Isis, which is, I'm reading from the Isis oracle, the goddess Isis. Whew, this is deep. Okay. Isis means throne. Okay? That's what Isis means. Throne. And in her presence and blessing as divine empress of the skies, she offers initiates, the light, men and women, great feminine spiritual power. Feminine spiritual authority occurs when power is tempered with mercy, wisdom, compassion, and love. It is inspired spiritual leadership through the heart and model of power and authority that is based on empowerment rather than force or control. Isis, Queen of Heaven, calls you to ascend to the throne of feminine leadership within your own being, that you may fulfill your life mission and serve the divine feminine on this planet from a place of inner spiritual authority. That is just really divine. I'm telling you, this is just so powerful, because I just had a reading done by one of my spiritual sisters, and this is what she was talking about. I just want to cry right now. This is the first card that I pulled. I'm not going to cry, but this is the first card that I pulled, and it's speaking on just what she gave to me in my reading. She gave me this gift in my reading of confirmation, things I pretty much already knew. That's why I say I love this. I love this. Okay, let me continue. This oracle is confirmation to step forward in leadership if you have been considering doing so. It might be in connection with others, especially if you also drew the card of Divine Sisterhood, which I don't know if I pulled the card of Divine Sisterhood, but we will see. But especially if you also drew the card of Divine Sisterhood, you are also to realize that you are a capable spiritual leader in your own right, as you trust in the divine feminine values within. Amen. This power is not about assuming authority over another, but about living your truth and integrity and leading by authentic example. Okay? So some people feel like, this is a gift. This is a gift to be able to connect with people. I've always had it. I've worked with the youth, and it is just so powerful to see that this has always been my calling. I've always knew this, okay? But it's not about having power and assuming authority over other people. It's about being and living in your truth and integrity and leading by authentic example. There is a great power here, and no false sense of responsibility for another, which could drain you and create dependency rather than growth in those you seek to empower through your leadership. Because sometimes you can get in that spiritual position where you're an empath, and you're always helping others, and taking on other people's feelings and emotions, and it can become draining. So that's not your job, to become drained by trying to help other people on this path. Okay? It's about you just empowering through your leadership. Because I'm telling you, I've had some friends that's taken me down some really tawdry paths, and it was because I was allowing myself to get so engrossed in their problems, their issues, what was going on in their spirit, that I would neglect myself, and then somehow I would be drained at the end of the day. That's just another story. Okay, so basically it says there's a great power here and no false sense of responsibility for another, which could drain you and create dependency rather than growth in those you seek to empower through your leadership. You are encouraged to contemplate how you might step more fully into your own authority. Often, this requires that we make peace with the authority figures in our life, past and present, and how we have experienced those relationships, whether as supportive, truthful, and empowering, or as disempowering, shaming, or perhaps minimizing or inflating of our sense of our sense of grandiosity. Healthy relationships with authority figures help us recognize where we can learn and perhaps be mentored by another, and where we too can help others learn and grow. Through the eyes of the divine feminine, authority is not a question of hierarchy, with one more authoritative over another who has less authority. It is rather more like a circle of life, where we have different awareness, ability, and mastery to share with each other, together guiding each other into greater wholeness, each of us with our own spiritual responsibility for our growth and our own capacity to help others to the degree that we are willing and able. And last but not least, it says making peace with authority figures, past and present, often involves pulling back the unconscious projection of our own authority, divinity, and strength upon those persons, seeing them as belonging to ourselves and allowing the other to be more human. Okay, this makes sense. It may involve recognizing the gifts and human failings of the authority figure and within ourselves in that moment, seeing the grace involved as two people with limited consciousness attempted a relationship. There will always be gifts and learning on both sides of the relationship. Allow the release of forgiveness that comes with compassion and the freedom that willingness to grow within brings, so that your relationship to authority within and externally can be healed and transformed. Okay, so this could be, because sometimes even with our jobs, we'll have job opportunities that come into our life, and we don't know how to accept these authority figures because they're either seeming too dominating, or maybe we know that we're bosses ourselves. Like, hey, I'm a boss. I can do my job better than you. I can do your job better than you. But it's not about that power struggle. It's about learning from each other. Because that is me 100%. I've always had my own businesses. Of course, I've had jobs before, but I've always had my own business. If I had a job, I still had my own business, something that I was promoting. I had my business cards, my magnets on the side of my card, whether it was my cleaning service, my salon, or my boutique. I've always been my own boss. even when I had a job, I made myself the authority figure. And it wasn't because I felt that people that were, in positions above me, as far as titles, were incompetent or anything. It was just that I knew who I was. And so, but sometimes it's about sharing that balance, and I can say the job that I'm working right now, I have a problem with some of the people that is of authority. But all I do is just rain on their heads. I rain on their heads when it comes to my performance level, when it comes to me exceeding and excelling. And, they just can't keep up. Actually, the corporate manager came into the store and commended me for my great work because he can see where I have been advancing more so than others that have been there for years. So, and it was just also confirmation for myself that, I'm basically, I won't even say I'm too good for that job, but I will say, yeah, I don't, I'm a creator. So therefore it's like, if you give me a job, a position, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do and more. So you're always going to see a performance level that exceeds others, because I'm not coming there just to get a paycheck. I'm not even coming there to be promoted. I'm coming there to do what I need to do, but in that you're going to see that I am a queen. And I must be respected, and I am a force to be reckoned with. So yes, this is basically my calling to, basically learn how to, accept authority as well as become an authority figure and a leader for those that may need my help. I am going to be assigned people in my life on this journey, and I have to be able to just be complete within before I can really help anyone else. So yes, this is giving me also something that I can practice at work, when I go back in, just allowing them, even though I know they're cheesy and they're just basically got their chest pumped out for no good reason, because some people have never owned anything in their life, businesses or nothing. So, just to have a job where they said, okay, I've been promoted to manager, it's like, that's a huge thing for some people too. Whereas for me, I'd be like, I can give a darn about a title, what I mean? Where's my check at? And not only that, I like to be professional in my performance and always basically show out. I show up to show out in everything that I do. So as far as this is concerned, I will be showing up and showing out as the queen of the throne. And let's see what the next card holds for us. The Pillar of Light. Descent of the Star of Isis. Descent of the Star of Isis. And I'm going to see what this card means. Pillar of Light. Yeah, that first one really has me going, because it's like, that is what I have always considered to be a great passion of mine, and that was to lead the youth, to help others. I did nursing in my lifetime. I've always worked with the mentally and physically challenged, so that has always been my walk, to help people. I never knew the degree that I would, or the levels that I would go in those fields. And it's just right now, it's basically just telling me, you're meant to go way higher than you ever expected, but you have to prepare yourself in certain ways and get ready for this journey. So the Pillar of Light is basically saying being of light and divinity are calling you now. Okay. So it's saying beings like our spiritual ancestors, our spiritual parents, our spiritual guides, beings of light and divinity are calling you now. They wish to connect with you more strongly, and you are being guided to strengthen your energy field to allow more of the divine light that seeks you to flow through your bodily safely and into expression. And you got to excuse me, the lighting is kind of dark in this room, so it's like I'm actually having a hard time reading. I wear glasses, reading glasses. Okay, but it says, this is to you and for me. Beloved initiate, which I am being initiated into this spiritual realm with my ancestors and all. Beloved initiate, you are called to allow more divine energy and light to emanate from your body, to help build your light body so that the love and healing of the cosmic feminine energies of the star of Isis can descend through you. Oh, wow, this is powerful. Wasn't we just talking about this with the other card? Wasn't we just talking about being the healing, the love and the healing? It's like you have to have this light in order to help others. People are attracted to your light. Okay, let me just finish. Okay, so it says you are called to allow more divine energy and light to emanate from your body to help build your light body so that love and healing of the cosmic feminine energies of the stars of Isis can descend through you, offering healing light and assistance to humanity, and setting your own heart and soul on fire with the divine love and passion. It is suggested that you first build and strengthen your natural pillar of light within your energy body. It's like building a broadband cable so that you can receive energy transmissions into your being more easily. Without such preparation, it would be like trying to run high voltage electricity through wires that were not equipped to handle it. Some fire and damage would occur, and the practice would not be safe or sensible. So basically it's about preparing your own inner light for this spiritual journey. Just what this first card was talking about. Get ready for this spiritual journey, but you have to prepare your own energy and your own spiritual light so that when the light from the divine is trying to shine through you, it's a perfect connection. Okay? It's not like you got some faulty wiring set up to where it's going to cause a fire or an explosion. You want to prepare your light to receive light. Okay? The pillar of light is the energy tube of pure white light that connects the soul star chakra above your head, which is your crown chakra, and the earth star chakra, which is beneath your feet. The star of Isis will descend from above your soul star chakra, pouring in grace, light, and healing power until it eventually flows like a river into your earth star chakra, blessing the earth through your body. And so basically all that I plan to achieve when it comes to working with the youth and, helping people and being a spiritual guide for people, I'm going to be receiving all these downloads from the divine, because if you notice, no matter if you're in a faith as far as Muslim, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, we are all receiving divine light from something, no matter what we decide to call it. Allah, Jesus, whatever. We are all receiving divine light, and it's basically it's basically essential and much needed in our journey. How can we guide others if we don't have that divine light shining through us? Just like they say, Yolanda Adams says, she says, this walk is not yours alone. You have divine intervention. You have the spirit guides walking with you. You have assistance, okay, that's been there since birth. So it's like we have to call on this assistance. We have to call on these spiritual guides and know that they're very essential. But first we have to have our own light ready. We can't be full of hate. We can't be full of envy, jealousy, power tripping, going through all these different things and expect to receive that divine light. It's going to be like trying to, what did it call? What did it say? It said it's going to be like it's like building a broadband cable so that you can receive energy transmissions into your being. Without preparing your own light, trying to download the divine light without preparing your own light, it will be like trying to run a high voltage electricity through wires that are not equipped to handle it, meaning a fire and damage could occur. Okay, so you have to be ready. Okay, you have to be ready. So that means preparation, preparing yourself, preparing your light, whether it's through meditation, yoga, prayer, whatever you do to bring yourself to that spiritual center and to be able to receive divine downloads. It's essential. It's essential. And let me just go ahead and end this one off. Um, it is recommended that you attempt this practice no more than once per day. Basically, sit down, meditate, find your space where you can actually just woosah and, ask the universe, ask your higher source what it is that they need for you to do to continue on this journey, and basically prepare your light. Check every corner of your heart. Say, do I have malice in my heart? Do I have hate in my heart? Do I have, jealousy or envy in my heart? If you have any of these things in your heart, work on them. Get them out. Okay, some of us may be healing from old childhood scars. I'm dealing with some things with my father right now, and I'm cleansing. But it's in my daily walk that I see certain things come up, and it's not for me to, get upset. It's for me to say, okay, that's an area where I need to heal so that I can be well constructed for what is going to happen next. I have some very powerful things that's going to happen in my life. We all do, and we want to have our divine light in order so that we are prepared to receive. We are prepared to receive. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and, and just to clear it up, it says, you will also find, after you get your spiritual light together, you will also find that like a better internet connection, as you continue with your daily practices, your ability to be in conscious communication with your spiritual guidance and to channel healing and other spiritual activities such as meditation will be stronger, clearer, easier, and more powerful. Because sometimes we might have a hard time meditating because we got so much on our mind and there's so much to do. But the more you practice, it will be like a better internet connection. You will get better divine reception. You will have, the ability to be in conscious communication with your spiritual guidance and to channel healing and other spiritual activities such as meditation will be stronger, clearer, easier, and more powerful. But also remember to have mercy if you are then using these abilities with others. Whew, that's powerful. They may not be used to the degree of electricity that is coming through you, and you want to facilitate good, not cause harm to the person you are helping. Stay in your heart. Don't be attached to being powerful, and allow the Divine Lady Isis to manage the power that flows from you to another by asking for her help in unconditional love. Because that's powerful too, because sometimes we can get so caught up in trying to help someone else that we forget that we might hurt their feelings. Say for instance, I'm working with the youth, and one of the youth was a prostitute. I have to be very careful how I speak to her. I don't want to make her feel like she's unsavory or nasty. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to really be able to connect. And that comes from healing yourself inside, getting your divine light ready, not being judgmental. In certain areas, it's like you really have to have it together. This is a very powerful calling, so you really have to be prepared for it. And I don't know who I'm talking to, but this sounds like it is definitely for me. Once again, it always happens that way. This is the temple of Lapis Lazuli, the goddess of ancient skies. I don't know if anyone knows what the Lapis Lazuli is, but it is a crystal that is very good when it comes to working with your crown chakra. The Lapis Lazuli is very good when it comes to working with your crown chakra, as well as the amethyst. Let's see what this is talking about. Temple of Lapis Lazuli. 180 more. And as you can see, these cards are matching up. The first one is talking about letting the divine in so that you can receive. And then the first card is talking about, working with, community and society and helping others to grow on the spiritual path. Then the second card comes up as the same thing. So Lapis Lazuli, I've never pulled this one, but I know this is about working with the crown chakra, as this card was also speaking about opening up that crown chakra and allowing for allowing yourself to be able to receive divine downloads without any complications. So let's see what the Temple of Lapis Lazuli is talking about. Your soul is very ancient. Oh, wow. Didn't I just say I have? Oh, my God. I've been here before. Many times. Your soul is very ancient, beloved, and does not only hurled from the earth. It holds many special wisdom of star people. Didn't I tell you in my other video I was a star seed? Woo! Special wisdom of star people from civilizations far and near, with unique high vibrational awareness that can help humanity transition from a civilization based on fear to a love-based culture. You are guided to come into deeper acceptance of your own inner knowing now, of your own inner knowing. Okay, it also says ancient souls with experience. Let me go ahead and put this up here so you guys can see it. Ancient souls with experience of consciousness and community from more spiritually advanced civilizations are here on this planet to be themselves to the fullest extent possible in order to help support each other and heal the human culture so that the planet may thrive. The challenge can be that such ancient souls can feel out of place here on earth. I always feel out of place within my family, within this world. When I was in school, I've always felt out of place. Now I'm clear on why. Challenge can be that such ancient souls can feel out of place here on earth for a time as they go through an adjustment process and remember their healing mission on this planet. These souls hold much inner wisdom of star peoples and civilizations far and wide in this galaxy and beyond. This inner wisdom vibrates at a higher level than the frequencies of fear, aggression, dominance, and disconnection that are a part of the global human wounding they are here to help heal. Okay? So I've never been affected, when it came to fear and, different things that I would rather see people succumb to. But that is because I've always had a higher knowledge and I knew it was something bigger. There was a bigger plan here. This is why ancient souls are needed, of course, to help offer a different reality which is more whole and connected to the oneness and love. But the challenge is not to lose belief in honoring of your own true inner wisdom and deep soul truth while it's becoming a member of a culture that is still so different to yours. Okay, so basically, if you know who you are in this spiritual journey, don't get lost in this earthly realm doing things that, has nothing to do with your spiritual journey. That's what that meant to me. Know who you are, because a long time ago, as I said, I always felt out of place. Whether it was in my family, whether it was in schools, I always felt like I walked alone and that I was totally different than everyone else. And it's not for you to conform to the ways of the world just so that you fit in. It's for you to live in your truth and live in your light. This oracle comes to you to provide much needed spiritual recognition that you have wisdom and understanding within you that is very ancient and flows from the soul, that you also have a sacred connection to wisdom that comes from star people of Sirius. I just told my husband that I think that's one of my star families, like the Sirians, the Pleiadians and the Sirian star people. Those are my folks. And other celestial beings that serve through this unconditional love. This is neither strange nor weird, but it is precious. And although you are not the only one of your kind here, it is far from a common soul type on this planet, mostly because it takes a lot of strength and dedication to be able to sustain existence purposefully in a vibration that is so low. It's so much lower than your own natural vibrations. Yes, because when we come here as star people, our vibrations are so naturally high. And then it's like we go through these life ups and downs, turmoil, seeing people with these evil hearts and mean, spirits. It's like, and it kind of lowers our vibration. It's just like when you listen to meditation music or gospel, it lifts your vibration and makes it soar. And then when you listen to other types of music, it can really drain you and bring you down. So, I've always had high vibrations, and a lot of us, if you are a star child, your vibrations probably have been higher your whole life, and you just feel like every time you try to get on that good vibration, something always kills that vibe. You have to stay focused on who you are. Do not conform. Do not conform. Do not conform to this worldly realm. I'm telling you, you have a mission. Okay? This is neither strange nor weird. It is precious, and although you are not the only one of your kind here, it is far from a common soul type on this planet, mostly because it takes a lot of strength and dedication to be able to sustain existence purposefully in a vibration that is lower than your own natural vibration. Okay, so this oracle comes to you with an offering of guidance. Remember who you are. Oh, I just said that and I've never read this card before. Remember who you are within. Do not try to fit in with the eternal. Oh my God, I just said this. Oh, thank you. Remember who you are within. Do not try to fit in with external models of how to be in this world. For you are here to help birth a new way that is more aligned with spiritual truth. Okay? You are guided to trust in your wisdom, to sit and contemplate any issue that you are questioning right now, and to trust in the voice in your heart. Guidance doesn't have to make logical sense, though often at a higher level you will perceive a higher divine logic in the guidance. It just needs to feel as though it makes your heart expand, and that will be a sign for you that it is your truth. Okay, that is very deep. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so trust in your wisdom. Trust in what you feel. You do not have to conform to anything that's been I don't care. I know I always tell people, try to forget what you were taught as a child and remember who you were. Okay, remember who you are. Because sometimes we get taught who to be, what to do. Okay, you have to remember who you are. My mother told me things when I was a child. She said when I was born, there was a plant that was sitting on her nightstand, and before I was born, the plant was green. She had the plant for years, and she said that plant stayed green. And she said when I was born, the plant turned gold. The plant just turned gold. It didn't die. It didn't get old. It didn't wither. It didn't die. The leaves just turned gold. And I've always remembered that. And not only that, I used to travel as a child in my sleep. I always have known that I was different. And I've always known that somehow I was not supposed to be here because there was nobody really like me. And I remember there was a time in my life someone said you will meet more like you. And I am meeting more like me. I'm going to move on to the next card. But this is all lining up. Get ready, get ready, get ready. You have a spiritual divine path to be on, and it has a lot to do with you doing a lot of inner healing, preparing your life for divine downloads, and not conforming to the ways of the world, because that will throw your whole path off. You cannot conform and be different at the same time. And when I look at the lapis lazuli, it looks like the earth. When I look at this one, actually has a little design on it, but the real lapis lazuli, it has it looks like the earth, the globe, and it has like gold and white lines like rivers and deserts. It looks like the globe, which is very powerful to me. I love looking at the lapis lazuli. So we're going to pull the next card, which is called the Spirit of Isis. Okay, I'm going to try to move through this because this is getting kind of long. Triumph of the Goddess. Triumph of the Goddess. This is Triumph of the Goddess. These are all excellent cards, okay? Spirit of Isis, okay? So let's go ahead and look up Spirit of Isis really quick. And Spirit of Isis, 161. Let's see here. Spirit of Isis, what are you trying to tell me today? Spirit of Isis is trying to tell us, beloved initiate, there are times to surrender and let go, but there are never times to give up. Persist with your bold faith and inspired action until the impossible happens. Isis has the spirit of triumph and will never fail in her quest, no matter how bold or impossible it seems. You need to believe. You got that? You dig? And I like this card because, she has her crook in her hand, which represents divine royalty. She's holding, she has the eagle on her head. And she looks ready, doesn't she? She looks ready for this spiritual journey. She looks ready, like she has been doing her meditation. She's been getting some spiritual downloads, okay? So this card is basically saying it is helpful on the inner path to let go and detach over and over again. And yet we need to stay true to our own hearts and not give up on what we feel we are here to do. Whether it is reaching for enlightenment, for inner peace, for a creative breakthrough, or personal healing. The triumph of the goddess is with you now, urging you not to give up. No matter how far away or impossible success may seem to be, don't quit. Persist until the impossible happens. Woo, that's the power of genuine inner will. It's not to force or be dominant, but that inner power that fuels us to continue with our inner practices, to do what we need to do in the physical world to bring ourselves to light and life, is growing within you now. It is supported by living the right quest for you, seeking to climb the mountain that lies within our own heart. Not that chosen for us by another. Didn't I just say do not try to stay in what you were taught as a child? I just said that, and here this card is saying the exact same thing. Do not let go of what you were taught as a child. Find out who you really are. If I would have stuck to everything that I was taught as a child, I would be trapped in a prison. Okay? A lot of the things that I learned as a child was very valuable, I must say. You know, the knowledge, the wisdom, the moral values, things of that nature. But I am much more. I am so much more. And that is what I'm tapping into. Oh my God, I just said that. I said that with the Lapis Lazuli card. Okay? Wowzers. That was just amazing. Okay, so it says basically, I'm going to read that again. The power of genuine inner will is not to force or dominate, but the inner power that fuels us to continue with our inner practices. Meaning, if you're practicing magic, whatever you're practicing, if you see power in it, keep going. That fuels us that inner power that fuels us to continue with our inner practices. Now I'm getting tongue-tied. It's just the spirit is just speaking through me. I'm feeling the divine download. It's speaking to me. Continue with our inner practices to do what we need to do in the physical world to bring ourselves to light and life. It's growing within you now. It is supporting by living the right quest for you, seeking to climb the mountain that lies within our own hearts. Not that chosen, the ones that was chosen for us by another, but the journey that genuinely lies within us. Oh, feminine strength with endless determination is fueled by loving devotion. Nothing less than love will be powerful enough to keep you going. Nothing less than love will be powerful enough to keep you going on your path long after you have tired of criticism. Woo, I got a lot of that criticism, and I got real tired. I'm going to tell you about it in a video. Woo. Nothing less than love would be powerful enough to keep you going on your path long after you have tired of criticism or become even too fatigued to respond to fear anymore. Allow your heart to fuel the fire in your belly and let the divine love that is in your being give you the energy and passion that you need to pursue your destiny, and realize that it is pursuing you too. Not only are you pursuing your destiny, it is pursuing you too. Get ready. It is pursuing you as well. This oracle comes at a time when you need to know that you will succeed. You will succeed. It is a reminder that you can surrender. Let go of attachments as to how it would happen or what it will look like. Even if it is frustrating, surrendering the vision into the divine fires yet again, waiting until you feel it naturally coming together according to the divine timing. Okay, let go and let like they say, let go and let God, let go and let the spirit carry you. Okay? Whew. Divine timing. The spirit of Isis is willing to wait until divine forces collide and the miracle occurs. If you have drawn this card along with the Miracle of Isis, which I didn't, we don't know what this last card holds, but if you have drawn this card with the Miracle of Isis, then there will be a miraculous and surprising element to how you triumph. Your triumph occurs. An unexpected twist working in your favor. Remember, beloved initiate, that the forces of growth, love, and divinity are in your corner. There is nothing more powerful than these. Allow them to have their way, and you will have yours. Your win is assured. It's a win-win situation. Your win is assured. Let me say that one more time. Remember, beloved initiate, that the forces of growth, love, and divinity are in your corner. There is nothing more powerful than these. Okay? Oh, God. I want to cry right now. Allow them to have their way, and you will have yours. Your win is assured. All I do is win, win, win no matter what. Oh, yes, indeed. And last but not least, we have the Mother of Life, Nourishment of the Golden Grain Mother. And these cards, only one of these cards I've ever pulled before. These are all new cards. This is a beautiful card. As you can see, it is the Key of Life flying on the wings of love. The Mother of Life, Nourishment to the Golden Grain Mother. Let's see what that card, because I already know it. That's speaking on the same path as all the rest of these cards. And you see how all these cards lined up to basically say the same thing in different ways? And this is a thick deck, so all these cards have different meaning. You have the card of death. You have all kinds of different cards, that you could pull. And these are the cards that was pulled. You guys watch me build this deck. Okay? And so we're going to see what this Mother of Life is trying to say to us today. I could have sworn I said 106. Let me go ahead and find it real quick for y'all. All right. So, the Mother of Life is actually trying to say to us, we can sometimes fall into existing and doing rather than truly living. We only know that this can happen, that this has happened. We only know that this has happened when suddenly our life seems dry. Dry, depleted, filled with tasks, or feels like we are stuck in a rut or habit that may have been comfortable, but is becoming stifling and suppressing. Isis, the Mother of Life, holds the ability to restore even the most numb, resistant, and difficult circumstances and people back into life. She calls to you now, seeking to bestow gifts of life upon you. Be bold and brave. Open your arms to receive this. Okay, so we already know Mother Earth, the sustainer of life, able to restore, nourish, and bring life to that which has been cast aside or even lost. That which you have considered beyond repair or a lost cause or didn't. The Great Mother can bring it back to life, okay? Whew. There are parts of your life, beloved initiate, that are ready to receive more life. You will be able to recognize this in any discomfort that you are currently experiencing in your life. Discomfort and unfamiliarity, I don't know why I'm getting tongue-tied. Unfamiliarity is where life is attempting to break through to you, to reach through the walls that you may have once created to protect yourself, but that now you need to either climb over, demolish, or at least open up some doors and windows. And air out that pain, air out that wall. Just break down those walls and those barriers that are stopping you on your path. The tricky part is that most often we don't consciously realize that we are not living. It is not until we start to live more truly, trustingly, that it becomes obvious that we once were hiding ourselves from life. Life is calling you to partake more so in her gifts of experience. This oracle brings encouragement and guidance for you to learn skills and practices that nourish you and your community. And I'm talking about working with the people, for the people, to the people, staying on that path for this reading. Nourish you and your community. You have the Divine Mother within you. How shall you offer nourishment through her? It might be through cooking, through learning to be more present in your body and taking time to express your feelings, or reality. Or it might be through taking a dance or yoga class, spending time in nature with the animals, for example. I'm telling you, this was just read to me by my spiritual sister about staying in nature, staying into my yoga and spending time in nature. That's going to help me connect and get better downloads and keep my light, pure. Okay, for this spiritual path. Okay, spending time in nature with animals, for example. And then it says, have you been thinking of joining a class or a group? Maybe learning a new hobby or skill? Me, I started sewing clothes. I started crocheting again. I started really getting more into my piano. Yeah, I know I have a daily life to live and a lot of other things to do, but I said I'm going to take time to do things that I love, and I've been doing them. As you can see, I've crocheted hats. I've been crocheting my new grandbaby a hat. I'm crocheting her a blanket. It's just all kind of stuff I'm doing. I done made 3 outfits for my family reunion. I done got back into things that I love, and that is exactly what this is talking about. I love doing meditation and yoga. I have a very peaceful and serene environment in the backyard, and it's like I go out there and I just woosah myself into a zone that is it's kind of hard to come back sometimes. But let me get back to this reading. Wow. So, how shall you offer nourishment through her? It might be through cooking, through learning to be more present in your body and taking time to express your feelings or reality, or it might be through taking a dance or yoga class, spending time in nature or with animals, for example. Have you been thinking about joining a class or a group, learning a new hobby or a skill? The oracle of the Mother of Life is confirming that you are on the right track. So keep open to opportunity and further instincts about pursuing these matters. And know that if you are a bit worried that it is a stretch for you, then it is even more likely you are on the right track. Stay connected to your heart and give yourself permission to grow. This oracle also brings guidance that new people, places, and things will enrich your life in the near future. And if you have been praying for freshness, inspiration, and more fun, know that your intuitions and urges to reach out and act in new ways are part of how your prayers are being answered now, okay? The Mother of Life Oracle also asks for patience, okay? So, through this transition, whether you're going to start this new class, whether you're going to start yoga practicing, when I started sewing again, it was like, sometimes the thread would break, the needle would break, or I would have to take some, I sewed a whole piece together, a skirt actually, and had to take the whole thing out because I had another idea, and plus I had messed up the bottom part. So have patience in whatever it is you need to do, because you're worth it. You're worth the patience. You know what I'm saying? You're worth the time. Okay, so the Mother of Oracle also asks for patience. In the same way that there is a growth cycle required before a child can be an adult or a child can be even born and tap into the energies of the mothers within to nourish him or her, so too do certain life phases require patience as they mature. As you journey into the new life seeking you, you will need to be patient as you learn to grow. As you learn and grow, you will eventually become very comfortable with that which at first is distinctly uncomfortable. It just takes time, patience, not running away, and being present with yourself, like the Mother of Life who never leaves you. She is always watching waiting for your return to her embrace as you open to the new unfoldment of experiences in your life. Okay, so that was very powerful, and I can really respect that reading. I hope that it did something for you all as well. I like to always look at the bottom card of my deck and see what it says. Scales of balance. Create that balance in your life. Okay? Create the balance in your life. And the top card. The top cards, yeah. Now, after a reading, I like to look at the bottom of the deck because that has a lot of significance to it always has a lot of significance to the reading itself. But you look what it says. Scales of balance. And then this deck is called The Rise of the Phoenix. And the card that was on the top of the deck, and you guys see me deal this whole deck out. The card that's on the top of the deck is The Rise of the Phoenix. Now, you see that this deck has The Rise of the Phoenix. That is the design they decided to put on the card. The card that I just pulled from the top of the deck, which is very essential to the end of this reading. Rise of the Phoenix. It's time for you to rise. Okay? Your life is being restored and renewed. Okay? It is time to rise. The Rise of the Phoenix. I did a video on the Rise of the Phoenix. If you didn't see that oracle reading, go check my my oracle readings. It says Rise of the Phoenix. That is the title. And, you know, it's time for you to rise. It's time for you to get started on your spiritual journey and just know you are the queen. Get your light ready, that pillar of light, so you can receive the spiritual downloads. Don't be conformed by the world, okay? Reach that crown chakra and get what it is meant for you to do here on this earth, not what your parents told you needed to do, okay? Get ready. Get ready. It's time. You have the Great Mother watching over you 24/7, okay? No need for fear, no need for doubts. Just get ready. It is time, okay? And again, this is Corral to Real Talk 101. I am Royalty, and I will see you in a minute, family.